Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. We got Invest Like Mike with us again. We're going to be talking stocks. That's what we're going to be talking. Oh, maybe a little bit of cryptocurrency if we have time, but we're going to keep this under 15 minutes, so that's why I'm talking so fast. If you guys like these videos, definitely smash that like button, as it does help the channel. It does show it to more people the more likes we get. So let's try to get 1,000 likes for Mike. Likes for Mike's, everybody. All right. So Invest Like Mike, we're going to put his stuff down below. And yeah, let's just get into it. We're going to be talking Amazon first, because Amazon had a big earnings day yesterday. They crushed earnings. Literally, like there was earnings, and then it was like the like button. They just crushed it, like you should be doing. 14 something dollars a share, earnings per share. They were expecting 7. So they literally, and forward guidance is more, right? And this was their first $100 billion quarter, and they actually did like 126 billion, right? So they crushed it. And yet, after our stock went down, stock went up. Now the stock is down a little bit because, well, Jeff Bezos is stepping down as the CEO, and he's going to executive chairman. So he's still going to be with the company. I think it's bullish, because my personal thing is Jeff always said, because we're good buddies, Jeff and I, Jeff always said that he wasn't going to, he was never going to do a share split. And I think this new guy, to unlock equity in the company, I think he's going to do a share split, because I think this is undervalued.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely undervalued in my opinion. You know, it's amazing how human psychology works. They everything you said is true. They reported the biggest quarter ever, and this is one of the biggest companies, if not the biggest company in the world. And they just reported the biggest revenue period they've ever had in their life, and they doubled the estimates. Their future prospects are great. Analysts are rating it to be over $4,000 quite soon. And then what happens? All of that news gets ignored because Jeff Bezos is stepping down as CEO, and all of a sudden, what should be a really big green day became a confusing day, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I bought calls on it this morning. I bought what did I buy? $3,500 calls for April.
And you know what? I have call options. I got rid of some yesterday. I have some I'm still holding today, and now I'm just going to hang on. And I think that we'll see it go back up in value, because why would the share price of Amazon continue to drop for a couple of weeks right now? That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's look at the chart. Let's see what that tells us. Let's see if Mark's investment today is going to be good or bad.
So at the top of the screen, you have the chart with all the candles up here, and this is zoomed out. So if you go look at the bottom here, you'll see this says August, right? Here now we're in 2021. So this is going back to the summer. And the reason why I'm doing that is because anyone who's been watching this chart, if you're drawing with your technical analysis, we've been trapped in a pennant pattern for a long time, literally since about September 1st. And this is a holding pattern. So what this means is the stock is just rotating and it's going in here. It's almost like a coiled spring. And holding patterns within an existing bull chart, that company is probably going to continue to do good things at some point. And as soon as they have a good catalyst, they're going to run up for a while. That's the way I look at this. So this right here, it just popped out of the pennant. This reminds me of when Tesla popped out of their pennant. Now, I'm not saying that the stock's going to go up in the same percentage value as Tesla did.
You mean 100% or more?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to go over 4,000, right? Tesla has more growth ahead of it immediately than Amazon does. Amazon's a more mature company, but either way,
I mean, if you take revenues from 120 billion to even 150 billion, that's really still only a 25% increase, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they'll still go up substantially, though. I mean, if it goes to even 4,000, if you have options on this, you're going to make money. You know, if you're selling puts on the way up, you're going to make money. So this is something where we have a breakout signal now, where it's popped out of the pennant, okay? And if you want to just see as a comparison, I have Tesla on the other side here. So let me go to a daily chart. And what I'm going to do is, so you see this big rally here? I'm going to get rid of it. Okay? This is where Tesla was when it first popped out. And I'll get rid of that there. So Tesla, when it first popped out, people were watching this pennant pattern. Remember this one, Mark?
Yep.
Right? So people were watching Tesla coming out of this pennant, and on the bottom, there was another one over here. Okay. Well, what does that remind you of? Right? It's the same type of a setup that Amazon's coming out of. Well, why did Tesla come out of there? Because they had a catalyst. They were joining the S&P, right?
S&P and share split.
And yeah, well, I don't. I think they split the shares back here for Tesla in
Oh,
the
right.
summer,
Oh, yeah,
right? They
you're
did
right.
that,
Yeah.
and then it jumped up. But here, it was just the fact that they were going on the S&P, and that was a massive catalyst. So it went up tremendously. It doubled. Do I expect Amazon to double? No, but we just exited the pattern, and we have a catalyst, which is the biggest revenue quarter they've ever had, right? So to me, this is going to run up and make a new all-time high in the coming months as Joe Biden prints that money. That's what I'm thinking here.
Apparently, so Doug, kids go back to school on the 10th, and Joe Biden send out free money to everybody, so my Amazon shares go up. Okay, those are the two things I need this week, and then next week you can open up my restaurants again. That would be lovely too.
And one thing to point out too, I mean, this is different now. The Democrats control everything now. Like they're
Yeah,
being
they
nice
don't
and they're
they don't
speaking.
need permission, right? So
They're being nice. They're being polite and they're talking about it with the
what are they,
Republicans.
Canadians?
At the end of the day, the money's gonna come. It's just a matter of how much. So,
Yeah.
I think people that were maybe thinking it could come in March, it might come in. They might agree to it like this week or next week. So
Yeah.
that would cause a bump in all stocks. And on CNBC, you see long-term guys like Kevin O'Leary and all these people adding to their portfolios. Things are going pretty well right now.
Well, let's go to that S&P chart.
Yeah, let's go check out the S&P chart. And just so people know too, this is the Amazon reporting there, first $100 billion quarter, and this is the new CEO. He helped build their business. He's been with them forever. So
Yeah,
I have no
he's on the AWC side, right? The
AWS. Yeah,
AWS. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, exactly.
See,
So they're
I
taking.
don't even know. You don't even need to know this stuff to to invest. You don't need to know their acronyms.
Well, you were kind of following people like Kathy Wood who bought Amazon yesterday. I mean, it's not like we're in we're investing on our own, right? We have smart people that we're seeing.
I didn't even see that. I'm on a distribution thing, but I didn't see her buy
Yeah,
Amazon.
Kathy Wood bought some Amazon yesterday, some Apple. She bought DraftKings the other day. There's all kinds of stuff
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. We were in DraftKings, and that got a nice pop for us. So
So let's look at the chart here. When we did the video, you see how this channel keeps continuing here. So we were using this channel weeks ago when we did our videos, and
yeah,
you could see here the Georgia day. We did a video then, and we were showing how it hadn't exited the channel yet, and then it just went right back up. Okay,
yep,
so that worked out well. Here now, I put GME. People know about the GameStop drama. I think you did a video on it.
yeah. We did that
And
on Monday with Cody.
so then
We'll
now,
link that down below.
and so see how it popped out here? Everyone said, oh, we're going to crash now, right? Well, I mean, to me, I said, okay, maybe we will dip a little bit. I go, but are we coming down here? I'm thinking we didn't even come down there during the election. Why are people they want it to crash? They want things cheaper. But I said, in reality, I said, we just grabbed support on the moving average here, the 50-day moving average. And look, the next day, if you're just patient, the next day we're back in the channel. And now we're fully back in the channel. So
Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen if he prints that money? We're going to go out of the channel. We're probably going to start rallying more. And
Yeah.
you know what else, Mark? One of the barometers on how overheated the market is, RSI. The RSI is at 57.
Yeah, super low, under
That's so
60.
low. That's so
Yeah.
low. Like until you get to 70, you're not even close to being overheated. If we get stimulus with a low RSI, this thing's going to rally, right?
Amazon,
So,
let's go, 3,600. Woo!
right now, I guess the same sentiment that I've had this whole time now, that whole sentiment remains in place. And how do you know what the sentiment of the market is? The fear and the greed index, right? I look at this all the time. So the other day, when everyone thought the market was going to crash because GameStop and the market was going down, I was saying, no, it's just GameStop. People are selling their good stocks to buy GameStop. And then the next day, then it was flipping back and forth. When they were allowed to buy GameStop, they were selling good stocks to buy it. Then
Well, it wasn't even that. I mean, the big companies were selling their like Amazons to be able to cover their short positions, the interest on them, and the margin, because they got margin called basically because they basically got wiped out of margin. because you can go 5 to 1 in the States. And then I said, no, you can't have margin on this stuff. You can have your thing, you can get out, you can do whatever, you can hold it, but you got to have your margin right here. Like, you got to give us cash. So they basically got out of good stocks, which we saw Thursday, Friday of last week, and then plowed into this. And I mean, obviously, I think they're doing okay now. Like, that's down to $80 or something. But that's not what we're here for. Another company that you and I both were looking at yesterday, you said it was a little too early. Then I made my move, and you made your move not too far after. Was BLNK, right? The people who do the charging stations for Tesla.
Yeah, so there's a couple other companies. This is one of the bigger ones. I believe Switchback does charging stations as well. And so those are two of the ones that I've been looking at. So with Blink charging, I mean, I already have my technical analysis here on the screen with TradingView. It's nice. It stays there for you. So
Yeah.
overall, it's been in a bull trend, right? So when Tesla has been going up here since the election, so has this company. And you can see how nice and consistently it's run up. And what it does is every time it runs up aggressively, it goes back to the 50-day moving average. Then it goes up aggressively, and then it comes back down towards, actually, sorry, not the 50-day moving average, the bull trend at the base there. So see how it goes
Yeah.
up again, comes to the base, goes up again, comes to the base. So I said to Mark, I said, well, this is something that has kind of held this line 5 times already. So what are the chances it doesn't hold now? And Tesla looks like it's running up too. And Mr. Biden's going to buy electric vehicles for the whole government and support the
No, I
industry,
mean, free electric cars for everybody. I mean,
right?
that's yeah.
So now he's going to support the industry, and I'm thinking to myself, what are the chances that a company that's proven it continues to rebound every time it falls? What's the chances it doesn't turn around? Well, we'll see what happens. It started to turn around now. See, instead of falling now, it's drifting up slowly, and that's kind of what it did over here. Started to drift up slowly, right? And it started to drift up slowly over here. So when I'm looking at that, I'm thinking to myself, we're probably going to catch another move up like these ones. I'm hoping that we're going to catch the next move up right there, right?
Yep.
So, and if Tesla starts running and Joe Biden prints that stimulus money, remember, some of the stimulus package is supporting the EV industry. That will lift the EV industry.
Especially the charging stations, because I mean, obviously Tesla's had a big run on building these, but there's a lot of companies out there that haven't done this yet that have said that they're going to build out this massive charging uh,
Yeah.
facility, right?
Well,
So,
think about it from a logical perspective. If I want to support companies to sell a bunch of cars, don't I first have to set up a network of charging stations?
100%.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Like, if you want to start building subdivisions, don't you need corner stores and a Walmart and something in place too? Like, I mean, you kind of want
Well,
to.
it's not even just that; it's infrastructure, right? So you need sewers, you need
Yes.
roads, you need lights,
Yeah.
like that. All gets put in before you build a subdivision, right?
That's
So
a
that's
better
the same.
comparison right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the charging station is that infrastructure, right? I mean, they have power to these places.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. How do I? It's building a gas tank in the ground for a gas station, right? Like, that's all this is.
Yeah, exactly. You can't power the damn cars if they sell them, so you gotta have the charging stations available. So this, maybe I'm gonna invest in Switchback as well, but these two companies are two of the main candidates that I'm watching.
Well, and you look at it and you say, okay, well, you think North America because that's where we are, but you look at the EV market worldwide. You look at China. You look at Europe. Like in Norway, I think 90% of the vehicles sold were electric,
Hmm.
like in December, January. So like you think about that and you're like, okay, well, like, so companies like this are putting these charging stations in all around the world. Like, this isn't just a North America thing. So this is a great way to play EVs without the um, unpredictability of maybe of a producer, right? Of a car maker at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know why sometimes they say instead of buying the gold miner or the gold company, you can buy the picks and the shovels because even if the price of gold goes down, they still got to buy their picks and shovels. And
That's right.
right at the end of the day, there's less fluctuation sometimes if you're doing it that way. So even some people investing into the pot industry were buying Scott's Miracle-Gro because they were selling lighting and greenhouse equipment and fertilizer. Well, that was a pretty stable business now, and the Scott's Miracle-Gro's gone up while that industry went down in value.
Yeah.
right? So
Well, I mean, people kept investing in it and kept producing more and more
yeah.
plants, I guess.
Now, I mean, with Blink, I don't want to put all my money or half my money in it. I have a small position in it. It's part of my portfolio. And if
Yeah.
they succeed, it'll do well. And they have a pattern of success right now. So, you know,
Right now, I have a quarter position. I thought about adding another quarter in this morning. I haven't done that yet, but you know, we'll see. I'm basically looking for that next little breakout, and then I'll add some in that, and then ride that up a little bit. So
yeah, it's nice to get in sometimes a little early if you catch a lift in an intelligent way, like in a stock that's always rebounding. And then you can add to your position. In the meantime, you're doing something else with your money,
yeah,
right? So
playing Amazon.
yeah, like playing Amazon. There you go.
Good. Well, I mean, I think we got enough time to jump into a little Ethereum, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I can do it quickly. I mean, I don't have to spend a ton of time on it, but just to show people the breakout. If you've been following me, I mean, I've been a big bull on Bitcoin and Ethereum since early in the year.
Well, and you guys, if you guys aren't following Mike, you got to go over to his Facebook page, Invest Like Mike. Mike does run a great course that he just ran his first one. I've been getting awesome feedback from it from everybody who's taken it. It's 2 full weekends plus like another, I don't know how much, like 16 hours of training after that. So definitely like check out his course. You're not running another one. You might run one in March, but I think it's probably going to be April or May.
Well, I've
Is
been
that
having
correct?
people ask for one again right away, but I mean, it's a lot of work, right? So
Yeah, no, I get that. So, I mean, look at that. So Ethereum's 1600 all-time high. Obviously, you've drawn the range it's in, the bull range.
yeah, so it's stuck in a nice channel, like an upwards channel, right? So it's actually inclining. It's not sideways. It's not flat. It's not down. And the crazy thing is, if you've never looked at an Ethereum chart before, look at this. Okay, so this is what Ethereum has done. It went to 1400 and change back in 2017, and it
That was
fell
the
all.
Bitcoin rally, correct?
Yeah, people
Same.
think of Bitcoin, right? They don't know what Ethereum really is, maybe, but
Yeah.
Bitcoin and Ethereum are in the same family. They're cryptos, and this is Ethereum. It's considered the number two most popular crypto in the world. If you've never heard
Well,
of it,
and you told me to buy this back when it was $300. I know that. So,
yeah,
and
yeah.
just fair news to everyone, I didn't do it. So,
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's weird to hear someone say, "Hey, it's 300. It's going to go over 1,000." It's weird. It's weird to hear that, right? And it's you have other big safe companies you invested in, like Apple, in the meantime. So I'm sure you still. It is what it is.
yeah,
But
I'm not going to go hungry today. So,
no, 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 exactly. So now here it went to over 1,400, and when I told Mark that I was getting interested, um, basically I saw that it had dropped and formed this sideways area, and when it went above that sideways area, which was around $300-400, that's when I became interested. And then I drew another line here, and I had another point at which I became interested. So once it broke up over here, again, I became even more interested. I added to my position again. And what ended up happening was when this ran up, it was only at around 11 or $1,200 back over here. And I remember saying to myself, it didn't even reach its all-time high yet. Bitcoin was over 40,000. It more than doubled its all-time high. So I said, wow. I said, this is kind of an unknown that people are going to catch up and realize how important it is. And a lot of the big Bitcoin bulls in the industry, they like Ethereum more than Bitcoin. If you truly understand it, this is where the blockchain technology is. It's more applicable into banking and society, and Bitcoin is more a store of value like gold, right? We use silver in medical technology and computers, and that's kind of how Ethereum is going to be. And so what I said to myself was, this is undervalued. It's not even at its all-time high. And Bitcoin has gone up too fast too soon because everyone wants in on Bitcoin. Everyone knows Bitcoin. I rotated 25% of my Bitcoin when it was over 40 grand. I put it into Ethereum around $1,100, so right around here. Okay. I ended up actually selling Bitcoin over 40 and buying more Ethereum here. Well, since then, the Ethereum went up because my logic, I guess, was correct. And Bitcoin actually went down into the 30s. So it went lower. So I actually made a shift and a move there. And now I'm just going to hold my positions. And now I have more Ethereum. And I think Ethereum is going to go up a lot. You see how it's at the top of the range?
yep.
This might bust out. This, if Joe Biden prints that money, this, like if he gets approval of that money this week, I expect silver and Ethereum and Bitcoin to just take off.
Yeah, because obviously you expect that because this leads to inflation in the economy, more money supply in the economy leads to obviously, raising prices of goods because people are buying goods and there's less goods out there, which
Yeah, it's
leads to
gonna.
inflation.
They're devaluing the U.S. dollar. They're printing money in order to float the economy higher artificially. So
Yeah, well, they've raised 40% of the money supply out there has been printed in the last 12 months.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
So
that's not just untrue for the U.S. either. That's around the world. And by the way, that only it doesn't hurt the U.S. as much because they borrow in U.S. dollars. If another country was doing that, they would get hurt more because a lot of countries borrow in U.S. dollars. So that's the one benefit that the U.S. has.
yeah, and the funny thing, just to end off on this, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've dipped in December, January after their big run. Okay. And in 2016, there was another event that caused a big Bitcoin rally to happen, right? Well, in 2016, around Christmas time, they dipped just like this. And then the stock went up all of 2017. And that's when it made its big move. And I've been saying this forever. Okay. I got in earlier in 2020 and I said, I want to sell around December, January, or take some profits in some manner. Then it will dip and do the real move. For people that think the price is ridiculous right now, I think it's really cheap still. That's what I think. So I think we're going to see Bitcoin and Ethereum go up absolutely massively still this year. It's not done yet, in my opinion. And a lot of other people in the industry who are really aware of what's going on, they're quite certain it's going to do that as well. So we'll see.
Well, we'll just keep making money on Mara and stuff like that. For me, I don't know, but buying any Bitcoin at this point, maybe we'll see.
We'll see. There's other stuff you can buy. It's not like I'm saying people need to go buy cryptocurrencies. If you're playing stock options and you're doing other things, you can probably make similar money.
All right. Again, everyone go check out Invest Like Mike on Facebook. We're going to post it down below. He does have his own YouTube channel. We'll post that. Yeah, check him out. If you like his stuff, if you like his Facebook page, definitely check out his course. If you want to get on a call with him, he'll jump on a call with you regarding that as well. But do that through his Facebook page. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.